Welcome to another edition of RGV Stars, live with Alex Arabia and Isaac Medina. Remember that RGV Stars is
the premier platform for showcasing Rio Grande Valley talent
and the RGV Celebrities Place to Be. And today we have another outstanding guest, right, Isaac?
Yes, we do. We got an MMA fighter in the house.
Yes, sir.
So, Stefan, tell us a little bit about you.
Yes, Perez.
Stefan Perez, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us where you're from,
okay,
what you do for a living.
All right. Well, I'm from Beeville, Texas, which is it's like 3 hours north of here. But I moved to the Valley when I was in like 4th, 5th, and 6th, and then I ended up moving back home because my parents were separated. And then I came back to the Valley after high school. So I'm technically half from the Valley, half from Beeville. So but I've been, repping the 956.
There you go, put a 956.
956, because it's I don't know if I could say first or second home because I lived here longer now than I lived there, So, but everyone knew me from when I was little and when I came back, So man, the Valley's home.
The food is better here, right?
Oh, everything's better here. That's the ranch. That's the ranch life. You want to live the ranch cowboy life, but I need the city because I fight and stuff like that. I'm originally from the ranch and all that stuff. So, but yeah.
How many years with MMA?
MMA, I've been doing MMA for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah,
wow. Do you have a fighter name, Stefan?
The Hybrid.
The Hybrid.
Yeah.
Why the Hybrid?
The Hybrid. So let's say it like this. So I wrestled. I was a wrestler. That's what I did in high school. I wrestled. I went to state. I wrestled at a high level, and then I ended up finding another martial arts, and I combined it, which is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then I combined it together. So that's why it's called a hybrid style of fighting.
Awesome.
But yeah, and then I got a lot of reasons. I'm half Hispanic. I'm half white. So I'm a hybrid too, like that. I'm like, all right, well that goes with that as well.
A
couple factors in my life, the hybrid, and then people just started calling me the hybrid, like by other fighters. Well, I guess that's my name now. So
how many victories have you had? How many fights have you had?
Right now, I'm 6-4.
Okay. So is this considered pro, amateur?
Oh, pro.
Awesome.
Pro. But I've never been KO'd or submitted. I've only lost by decisions. When I first started fighting, I barely knew what was going on. I didn't really have good coaching, so I had to kind of figure it out. And then my 3-4 fights in, I was like, oh, okay, now I see what's going on. Now I see what I'm missing and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's a big accomplishment in itself. You haven't been knocked out or submitted. Because that's gonna go carry you, and those are the highlights people talk about when they talk about Stephen.
That's what honestly, it sucks having losses, but what keeps me motivated, I was like, wait, nobody's figured me out. I just need I've lost to judges. I've been robbed in 2 of my fights where I thought I won and I lost. So yeah, I finally figured this game out. It just took a while,
Cool.
Got it done.
So tell us what got you interested in fighting.
What interests me in fighting? Well,
and what was some of your first fights?
What's crazy about fighting is I never thought I would have been a cage fighter. Honestly, I would have I went to college, I wrestled, so that kind of what got me into fighting. But the first time I saw fighting, I was like, man, that's pretty brutal, dude. I don't know if I'd ever do that. And I was barely learning how to wrestle. I was like a freshman in high school. And then I got out of high school and I was like, and then I went to my first class and I got hooked right away. I was like, oh, bad, now I can choke someone. I don't got to just hold them down.
And what got you interested into wrestling in the first place? Getting the aggression out?
When I signed up for it, I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was like WWE wrestling or something like that. I had no clue. I was like, well, it looks cool. Let me try it out. But actually, I always wanted to be a boxer when I was younger, and we didn't have boxing really where I was from, so that's why I came down to the Valley when I got exposed to all the martial arts down here. So I trained in Corpus for a little bit, but most of my training's been done here in the Valley. So
awesome.
Perfect. And who are your role models? Who are people that you look up to and admire?
Carlos Diego is honestly Diego Fiera, who fights out of the far Texas. He's in the UFC.
We've interviewed him before.
Yeah,
been on the show.
He's amazing. I seen that guy come from nothing to a superstar. He started fighting because we just need to make money. It's hard to just live a martial arts lifestyle. You still need money. And and he motivates me every day because I literally saw it. I literally saw it like a movie. His whole life like a movie change. And then my dad too. My dad's very structured, so he kind of doesn't like the fighting. My dad, he's a U.S. Customs, so he never really approve the fighting. But then he would see me win, be like, "Oh, good job, son!" Or like it's funny because my dad talks so good about me, like to everyone else, but to me, he's like, when are you gonna get your life together? Like I'm like, Dad, I can never do nothing right here, dude. Like, so, but yeah, I know he's super proud of me. My dad, I look up to a lot because he really kept me the mental structure how to at least get your life going. You know what I'm saying?
So hi to your dad. I'm
Yes.
sure you know, watch the interview.
Carlos.
Are there any fighters that you look up to?
That I look up to. I look up to all the guys I train with, all of them, even the guys even Isaac right
Team
now.
Ferreira, everybody.
Team Ferreira. Just to get out there is so hard. You know, I think it's the hardest sport in the world, honestly. I literally think fighting is the hardest sport in the world.
What advice would you give to our viewers in case they would like to follow your footsteps, get into MMA? What can they do? What should they do?
Well, I teach right now. Are you talking about here in the Valley? Just in general, like here in the Valley? Yeah. Like I teach at a gym, UFC gym, McAllen. It's on Nolana. They're right in the middle of McAllen, so you can't. You know, it's a good starter gym. It has all the. When I first started training, I was just training jiu-jitsu, and UFC gym has boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. Like they have all the arts. We've already done all the hard work for them. We already figured it out, and now we got one facility where we have it all to at least get you exposed to everything. Yeah. And then Carlos Diego Ferreira, you got that's my other home gym. So
is there a phone number or a contact information?
Yeah, there's a well, they can just message me directly through social media.
Okay.
I'll give them.
And how can they find you on social media?
It's the_hybrid_135. So.
That's on Instagram or?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Okay. And also you have Facebook also, right?
Yeah, on Facebook, Stefan Perez, Stefan Perez. So,
okay.
but yeah, that's how you'll find me. And I use a lot of my social media it's all a social media game these days.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
that's where it's at.
Trying to get it going, you know. So it's been going. I feel like the social media, if I make it on that, it'll make me almost, everywhere.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
And is it a lot of hard work and sacrifice to I'm sure it is, to prepare for a fight? Discipline, sacrifice.
Dude, it sucks. It feels like you're in prison sometimes.
What's the hardest part?
And also the exercising.
The hardest part is the not drinking and not going out and partying. That's the hardest part. You gotta stay focused. You gotta literally just watch movies. Like keep your mind away from all the. There's so many fun things to do here in the Valley. You know, there's everyone. I'm also a barber as well. That's my other job. I cut hair, and I've been meeting a lot of people from California. Awesome. And man, they're like because a lot of people are coming from California moving over here, and they're like, man, this McAllen, there's a lot of stuff to do here. Like go out wise, and I'm like, yeah, dude, it'll suck you in. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot.
What's the name of the barbershop in case they want to go?
Legends Barbershop on Pecan and 10th Street.
Okay,
awesome. That's where they can find you.
Yes.
So where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years?
Future goals that you have?
Well, the belt. I need a belt right here. I want to get an MMA belt. I told myself I want to get an MMA belt before I'm done fighting. You know, it doesn't really matter in what promotion. Obviously, I want to make it to the UFC or Bellator. My goal is always to be fight televised. I've already passed that. So now it's just to become a champion in some league. That's my goal right now. I'm right in my prime, so I got to do it now.
Good.
Is there right now like an agency that you're looking for? Is it like Bellator?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind like getting picked up by like Bellator or UFC is a little tough, but I could still do it. Bellator, honestly, I just want to get on one of those big promotions. Bellator, UFC, one championship, one of those that would be one of my dreams, right now. So, but yeah, I definitely have a belt in the league. So,
awesome. Do you think going through like the Contender Series or Tough could be an opportunity for you?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's another option I could have soon. So, yeah, I don't know. I just got to keep fighting and let these options keep. Like it's better you fight one time, and so many doors open up. You win again, it's like 10 times as more doors open up. You know, it just keeps opening up. So you just got to.
Do you think you'll ever come back to wrestling? Maybe a future WWE star?
No, heck no. Nah, I don't like the wrestling. I love fighting. That's all. Like I want to just when I'm done fighting, I just want to coach fighters. I love fighting. It's like it's always been my dream of mine to be an athlete. You know, be an athlete and coach athletes. You know, so
how many hours would you spend training versus working?
Dude, I spend a lot of hours training. Sometimes I'm like, I spend probably like an 8-hour shift job training.
Wow. Yeah, is the training more intense like a month before the fight?
Yeah, it's so hard. It almost makes it not fun. But the stuff that's gonna help you win is the stuff that you do that's not fun. Because you're so mentally like when you get in there like crazy already, like let's just do this already.
So
you know what I'm saying?
And what keeps you motivated at that point when it's no longer fun that month before to keep going? What do you think of?
Your hand getting raised, that's it. Because like nothing else, like nothing else is fun. The cutting of the weight, the training, like training's fun until it turns into this, and you're like, oh man, this is not like what I like. This is not fun no more, you know. But man, when you get that win, that high of that, when they raise your hand, it's like a crazy high. You cannot not experience. It's something else.
And what's your fighting weight?
It's like a movie.
Yeah.
135.
135.
I cut from like 150, 155. I cut about 20 pounds. Okay. It was pretty brutal this last. I had a sneakers the week before, and the last day when I was cutting weight, I was like, dang sneakers, man, they effed me up right now. I was paying for it, dude.
So
like,
how much weight do you have? Do you divide those 20 pounds into like 12 weeks, or you drop 10 overnight?
I try to drop, on a certain time period, but I got them little midnight snacks sometimes that nobody saw, but I know I'm gonna pay for it once it comes time to getting that weight fully off. But there's a science behind it. You just gotta. But the main thing is trying to eat the diet. The diet is half the fight. You have the skill and you have the diet, because without a good fuel in your car, it won't run.
That's right.
And that's one thing I'm really learning right now. I feel like that's why I did so well in my last fight.
What do you think have been some of your biggest accomplishments so far, and maybe some of the obstacles you've had to overcome?
Right now, my biggest accomplishment are just winning fights, like getting through these hard fights. The league we fought in, Fury, they don't really have any easy fights. Like everyone they put you is like already has a record, has won a belt, super skilled. Like you don't like you get lucky if you haven't. There's no like easy fights in that league. Wow. I've had some other promotions and stuff where I'm like, I'm gonna get through this guy pretty easy. I end up beating him, whatever. But like this league that I've been fighting for, it's been hard. Every fight has been hard. Like no easy fights.
How many weeks in advance do you get a notice?
2 months. But some of these other fights I had like a month, 3 weeks. One of them, you got to take the full 2 months. There's no rush. You got to prepare right, because it won't because
the weight cutting will be just brutal.
Weight cut. It takes time. Just getting everything timed in place. So yeah.
And what are some of the obstacles you've gone through?
My last two fights ago, I broke my nose, and I fought 3 rounds with a broken nose.
Wow.
There's pictures on my Instagram, like blood, and they use that. That's their photo. That's what Fury, because Fury's a company based out of Houston, so they got a lot of followers.
They're actually pretty big.
Yeah, they're pretty big. And Dana White was just there at one of their shows. And they had me on the front on the computer to sign up for Fury, for the fighters, and I'm on the front bleeding, I'm like, dude, that's not what I wanted, but that's what happened. And I fought 3 rounds like that. I didn't even know I could do that, and I was fight or flight. That was the only fight where I ever wanted to go down. The guy started hitting me in the nose with his shoulder, and they were like, finish him, and I just felt the blood splattering, and I got out, and I remember I blew all the blood all over him, and I was like, fuck this, I ain't going down like this. I was so pissed.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, you might have to edit some of that. But
that's all right.
But yeah, man, that was one of the hardest fights I had ever been through. And my last fight was really hard as well. The kid just kept coming at me. He was a young kid, 23. His last 3 guys he KO'd before me. And I didn't go down. I kept fighting him. I didn't go down, but he got me, and I wasn't prepared. I didn't prepare right for that fight. So.
And you just had a recent victory, right?
Yeah, and I just recently won this one, so I feel like I did everything right. I fixed all those mistakes, and the fight came out perfectly.
Very good.
Awesome.
So, any closing remark or message for our viewers too?
I just want to say, man, I appreciate the Valley, honestly. I feel like the Valley is the right time, right place. Let's keep growing this place and making it more, stronger city. So,
excellent. Well, we wish you the best in your future career.
Awesome.
More success and more blessings, and a belt, right?
Yes,
right.
The belt. Definitely
sure.
next time y'all see me, hopefully I have a
so
belt.
much.
That's right.
RGV Star right here.
Absolutely.
And this was another edition of RGV Stars, live with Alex Arabia and Isaac Medina.
The premier platform for showcasing Rio Grande Valley talent.
And the RGV Celebrities Place to Be. Until next time.
See you guys.